Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I'm on this long campaign here to go on this big route through Galente Highsec, and I'm doing it in my Gila, which is then doing like combat exploration in this long route looking for DED sites. And it is also in fact the Gila I use to farm T4 Firestorms. So the only difference is that when I want to do combat exploration, I swap this drone link augmenter for a core probe launcher. So this is something that I think is really cool. I just go around here in all these big routes here looking for DED sites, and when I feel like it, I do some Abyss. And in this case, I feel like actually doing some Abyss right now because I made a bit of a pit stop in Yulai. It was a system that was a 1.0 system that was close to where I did that 3 out of 10 Serpentis DED site the last time I showed you guys this little campaign I'm doing right here. And I thought that it would be a good system to do some Abyss in. It's a 1.0 system, less likely that Organks would succeed. And also, it's actually a pretty interesting system as well because it is actually the Concord HQ. So let's see now. I just got some filaments. Yeah, Raging Firestorm. Because I did actually do one Abyss site and I actually got some decent loot. The reason was because I got some lucky drops when it comes to the filaments. So if we go here, put the filaments to the side. These electrical filaments, they're really nice because they give a lot of ISK. So if we look here, this is what I got from one Firestorm run, 64 million. You've got the Raging Electric, Chaotic Electrical. These are pretty much the best you can get for T4, T5 filaments. And then you've got the Exotic as well, which usually is like the number 2 most expensive filament after Electrical. So it was a pretty lucky run right here. And I actually got this Mutaplasmid as well, so it was a little bit more too. And we've got some Corelli A-type modules, which we got from a previous run. So overall, we've had some pretty good luck right here, but I'm going to run another Abyssal site. So just double check that everything's in place. Actually, I have to just wait a bit until this standard drop booster is out, because I actually took this drop booster a while back and it made my shield capacity penalty lower. And this is a hybrid tank Gila, so it's actually using passive regen, but also it's using the active regen as well to complement the passive shielding. So we do not want to have that minus 25% penalty right there from that booster. But in the meantime, I was thinking of showing you guys a little bit of the system of Yulai, because I didn't actually know that it looked a bit unique, because it's got this unique station right here, this Concord station. You can see it's like DED right here. It's really cool. I didn't know about this actually. You can see I can't zoom in. Oh, there we go. Can zoom in now maybe. It's a bit weird how the zoom thing works. But if we go and select this, you can see that it's a quite a broken station. And I read a little bit about the lore, why it was broken. This is because this is actually the Concord HQ, apparently. I think it is the Concord HQ. And this was then a battle that occurred not so long ago. Or I don't know how long ago it was, but it was like in the time of New Eden existing. It's not like ancient times of New Eden existing. The Thuckers, I think, there's a Thucker tribe of the Minmatar. They didn't like Concord, they didn't like them controlling a lot of stuff when it comes to New Eden. So they attacked the Concord HQ. And you can see here they've made a massive mark on them. Like the whole dome of the whole station right here has been popped. And I'm quite curious to why Concord has not repaired this, because this has been like the case for a few years, I think, at least. And it seems pretty significant damage to their HQ. So I'm a bit surprised that they didn't repair it. Is this a big station right here? 100-kilometer long axis. Okay, it's a moderate sized station. And there's also something called the Yulai graveyards too. And this is something that the first time I see. You can see that there's a lot of stuff that's been going down here. This is sort of our remnants from the battle between the Thuckers and the Concords. You can see here there's a bunch of Minmatar dreadnoughts over here. And it just shows how OP the Concords are, because you see here, the only Concord ships that were destroyed were Marshals right here. And the only ships that you see of the Minmatar destroyed were the Nagelfarts, the dreadnoughts. So pretty much it shows that these Concord battleships are almost equivalent of what dreads are. So they are a significant force, the Concord. They're very strong. The Thuckers had to bring out fully fledged dreadnoughts to try to take them on. I don't even think they properly succeeded. They only did a bit of damage to their station. You can see here they're using the green skin on the Marshals over here. I like that skin. It's a decent skin. You can see here it's like the aerospace one, I think it was, or the army one. Let's see now, Alpha Plus, Army Reserve, yeah, this one right here. This is the Concord ships that seem to have been fighting here. And this graveyards of Yulai. This is just interesting seeing these monuments. I've never seen these monuments before. But there you go, a bit of lore that you can see baked into this system right here. I think this was also the system that they had the first occurrence of finding Triglavians. There was like this Triglavian cruiser Vedmak that they found for the first time when Triglavians were announced. And it was sort of a damaged one. People were like confused why it was there, but it was in the system of Yulai as well. And it was being piloted by a Concord guy too. Overall, this is a very Concordish kind of system, this Yulai system over here. Alright, so I think this thing has run out. Yep, so we're going to go into the Firestorm Abyss. And actually, I think maybe it would have been a good idea to just dump off our loot. No reason to carry all this loot right here, so probably I'll just... I think, is this far from Jita? I think it is quite far from Jita, but I could dump my loot in here and then have it so that when I go back to Jita on the way home, at least I'll be able to pick this stuff up here. I could probably put my loot in multiple stations as well. Alright, let's see now. We've got some basic sleeper cruisers, super easy. We'll go for this one right here. I think this is close to the out gate. Okay, upholders want to take them out, and then also sentinels are going to decide to neuter us. We don't need to have our boost on right now. I'll take out these upholders. I don't want to get neutered out. It's quite annoying when you get neutered out. I mean, not neutered out webbed, because it'll make this whole thing go slower, since I'll be... a lot of time will be spent approaching this loot. And I do this pretty fast. I noticed the T4 Firestorms go really fast in this ship. We've got 880 DPS with the augmented hammerheads. So, on average, I complete this in maybe 10, 11 minutes, somewhere in between there. A very quick completion times we've got going on right here. We can do a little bit of a shield boost as well. And even though these guys are being augmented by them having the buffed armor pool of this site, 50% HP bonus, it still doesn't matter. We just choose straight through these guys. Just really do not care at all. We'll go for the sentinels afterwards because we don't want to get hard neutered. It will be pretty unfortunate to get neutered out, but it doesn't really matter. The sleeper newts they're powerful if you get close, but usually they're not as powerful as Triglavian newts, so I don't worry too much about them. Oh, Tachyonclad, that's very useful to be able to get here quicker. I'll just land a missile volley here on this extraction node. There we go. Here's Hammerheads making quick work of these sentinels over here. There's the buy adaptive cache. And grab this. Now make our way towards the combinative cache. No, not combinative cache. It's the by adaptive. Because this is the one in Frigate. This is the by combinative cache. Oh, it's nice that we've got Tachyonclad. Maybe we can even go to this extraction node over here. Because it's making us go so fast. Yeah, probably we can actually. Let's go for it. There we go, super fast. We could have used an MTU, but MTUs are just slow. Well, we can use this Tachyonclad to boost us. Really good. Ooh, and stable. Wow, 50 million right there. Nice cash, nice cash. Nice cash indeed. Okay. Will the Tachyonclad activate? It's hitboxes of some of these clouds can be sometimes quite difficult to work out. Sometimes it looks like you're in them and you're not in them. Sometimes it looks like you're not in them, but you are in them. It's a little bit random. This is where the drone link augmenter is good, where they are very far away. We're still in our natural drone control range of 60 kilometers. With the drone link augmenter, we get 70 plus kilometers. So it doesn't matter too much, but it's always good to have the drone link augmenter. Like here, I'm going to approach 60 kilometers, so it'll be quite borderline. Whether or not I can control them, like here, I wouldn't be able to control them anymore, but I can, thanks to the drone link augmenter. I really like to use a drone link augmenter if I can help it. Use one missile here to pop this can. Great. I have unallocated skill points. Okay. Please stop. There we go. It's like blocking my whole UI. And we'll go towards the transfer conduit now. Ooh, we're getting some fat loot right here. Medium armor repair multiplasmid. Oof. Getting some fat loot. Okay, we reload these missiles and go towards the transfer conduit. Taking a bit slow here because we went for all these extraction nodes. We would have been in the next wave by now if it wasn't for them, but the Tachyonclad will help us get a bit closer, and we don't need to use our booster because we're wasting a capacitor. It's nice to have a bit of a buffer of capacitor. This whole ship relies on having a big buffer to have it so that you survive the time when it comes to the initial high DPS, and also a bit with its capacitor as well, because you only really need to start using this shield booster when you're taking damage. Otherwise it's not really meant to be used all the time. It's just there to get you a decent amount of regen when you're like very high shield amounts, where you have low passive regen, and to also keep you at max shields as well, because when you're in a passive ship, then like full passive, the regen is very slow up here, so it'll be take a very long time to get max HP. We maybe wouldn't even be at max HP now if we were in a traditionally passive fit Gila, but we are thanks to the fact that we've got a shield booster. Okay, a little bit long there, 5 minutes, not at all close to that average of 10 minutes that I was boasting about, but it definitely has been the case in the previous sites I've been using, and also it was as well in minus 50% resistance penalties before, when I had the like 10-11 minute average completion time. Okay, we'll go for just directly the buy adaptive cache right here. Null warp, entanglers, null charges, upholders, these guys we'll probably want to take care of. Let's take care of this entangle over here. Don't need to have a bunch of newts going on. Actually, maybe we'll, I mean, webs going on, but we probably will want to take out the newts, because you see here, this orange color is going to reduce the efficiency of our capacitor or our shield booster, so we'll take out the newts. It'll be, I think, a good option. Let's go and boost now. They're on top of me. We're using inefficient capacitor as well from our booster. We're going to run out of capacitor very soon if we keep up at this rate. Okay, we'll take out this null charge here. Sentinels over here. I think the Sentinels are a bit more stronger in terms of their neuting capabilities compared to the Scylla Tyrannos. Thing is, Scylla Tyrannos has a lot less tank than these guys. They're first of all shield based, so they don't getting the boost of armor that you get from the Firestorm, like, or it's not impacted as much. And then just generally speaking, they're naturally less tanky, like in terms of their raw HP. Oh, we got a free Firestorm here to run more sites. That's pretty cool. Okay, we'll lock up all these guys now. Oh, we're taking a bit of damage from my Hammerheads, but it's alright. Go for this guy who's attacking my Hammerheads. How dare you attack my Hammerheads, Scylla Tyrannos. Now, okay, it's going to go down very fast. We can keep a range here, 500. And if we go out of range of our light missiles, we can just start shooting them on the next best ship to attack. This one right here seems pretty good. Yeah, he's not taking armor damage. I like that. Alright, go for this Sentinel. Actually, we'll go for the Scylla Tyrannos. Was very close, so that all of them try to get close to me if they decide to engage my drones. Sometimes it's very annoying when your drones, they are just orbiting or attacking someone that's really far out, like 40-50 kilometers. Then the AI of the NPCs is naturally that they want to get close, but we still attack them very far away. But then instead, those NPCs are very far away. They decide to attack my drones. Then they won't try to come close to me. They'll stay out there 50 kilometers and focus on my drones. So your drones are sort of going to be stuck out there until you recall them. So it's going to be really annoying, because you recall them, they're going to still be focusing on your drones until you recall them all the way here. So it's nice to use your drones and stuff that's not far away if you can help it, for the drone's sake. Okay, see our capacitor getting a little low here, because we've still got a newt on us and we're using our shield booster. We're not that cap stable. We are cap stable with this on, but not that cap stable. So a single newt will really cap us out if we use our booster too much, but we're not being challenged at all in terms of our tank. Like, we're talking about passive regen right here, so we still have got a very good margin of tank left. We can just keep using it. How can we just continuously use it, to be honest, because we're cap stable and there's no more newts on the grid as well. It's good to have full capacitor. Let's go and pop this guy. It'd be interesting. I wonder if there's something special going on that the DED are doing, because we're in Yulai right now in the DED or Concord HQ. And I wonder if they're doing any special testing, because they did this special testing, as I mentioned before, on some kind of Vedmak cruiser. I wonder what they're cooking up right now, if there's anything in the works. It'll be interesting to see what the next chapter of EVE Online lore leads to, because this whole Triglavian invasion thing that occurred, it was very, like, you could say, a unique thing that's never really happened before on this kind of grand scale, that something so new has occurred, like a whole new line of ships from a completely different race. That's really cool. Okay, will this thing here... Nah, we'll just go straight directly for Charybdis. We'll go this way. That's not in the blue cloud. And we will go for these entanglers over here. Oof, that's a lot of entanglers. It's a lot of entanglers. We want to take them out real quick, because otherwise they're going to hold us in place and make Charybdis hit like a truck. But I mean, it's alright. We still have a big margin of buffer, even if we are taking a lot of damage from Charybdis. We just want to be a little bit careful not to get fully webbed here, because we'll be taking a lot more Charybdis Tyrannos damage if we get webbed out. So, there's just this one, so we can go for this guy instead. Well, this one's almost dead anyway. We'll just have the drones go on this one. We'll make our way towards Charybdis Tyrannos. Need to really blitz these webbers, and it's annoying because you've got null charges as well who are neuting me out. So we've got an orange cloud too. It's making stuff go even worse in terms of our capacitor. Shield boosting capabilities. We'll try pulling a little bit of a 90-degree angle to reduce DPS even more. Kerberos will have a very hard time hitting if we have a full 90-degree angle going on. We'll go for this one here who's attacking my drones. Lock up this bi-adaptive cache. And put a little missile volley. Yeah, this one's soon dead. And it's not even webifying us. That's really great. And we'll have the drones now go for Kerberos Tyrannus. We can just use missiles on these guys here. They are neuting me though. This is a bit annoying. We can't use our shield boost indefinitely if they're neuting us. Especially since we have to reload. It may be a bad call that we actually go with our... We're getting neuted out actually. We need to recall these drones right here. Stop using the shield booster. We don't need that anymore. Be a little bit careful over here. Come on drones, take out these neuters. There we go. Yeah, we're getting neutered pretty hard. I didn't expect that. It's a bit annoying because I had to take out these entanglers because they were, you know, going to do a lot of damage to me. We have to go to the side as a blue cloud. It's going to make Kerberos Tyrannus hit even harder. Take out this guy too. It would have been more time efficient to use my missiles on the stuff that's close and have the drones go for the Kerberos Tyrannus, because now I'm not going to be in the range of missiles of the Kerberos Tyrannus unless I get a bit closer. Now it's going to be chill. Now we can use our booster as well. We can just keep 90-degree angle. We'll hardly take any damage at all. You see here, Kerberos Tyrannus is just getting grazing shots, really. And we've got some fat loot as well, I saw. Ooh, yes, we're getting the good loot. The good loot. I'll just keep going. You see this, like, hardly anything is being hit by Kerberos Tyrannus. It's really great. As long as you keep that 90-degree angle going on, Kerberos Tyrannus will have a hard time hitting you. Can start shooting with our missiles too. Sort of go a little bit here to the side. Just pull like a bit of a... Keep the transversal up going to side, because I don't want to go in this stupid orange cloud or blue cloud, and I also don't want to go into just, like, in general, in a random direction that will take me further away from the transfer conduit, so it'll take longer time to complete the site. You see here, we still did it pretty fast if you take into consideration that that first wave was really slow. Of 5 minutes. It was like 12, 13 minutes. Decent time. We'll make our way towards the transfer conduit now. We're anyway not in range of our missiles and take a bit of time to get there. 15 kilometers away. It was a bit spicy right there. This was a pretty nasty Kerberos Tyrannus room because we had all those entanglers and neuters, and we started with a low capacitor, and we had an orange cloud, and we had a blue cloud to the side as well. So it was a bit annoying right there. What I should have done was I should have focused on all the Scylla Tyrannus first. I was just getting a bit too cheeky with, you know, the doing it hyper efficient so that I would use my missiles all the time so that I wouldn't have to get in range close to Kerberos Tyrannus to use my missiles. Or I should have actually boosted to max shields. That is not a good thing actually. I should have a habit of doing that. It doesn't seem like there are any gankers here. Good. Yeah, because I should boost to max shields when I get out of this, just to have a max capacity in the worst case that there were gankers. But it's alright. Alright, so we got some good loot right here. Good loot. Ooh, getting some dank ISK. I think that was like 100 million or something from this site. Because we started off with 60 million something. We got like 100 million. Really good. And then you know the Firestorm filament, they cost hardly anything as well. So I need some really good ISK right there. So there we go, T4 Firestorm in my hybrid Gila. There's honest little exploration campaign right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.